What's going on, guys? Chuck here. Today, I want to talk to you a little bit about scratch and dent. Now, we're all familiar with going to a furniture store, someplace, and you have your items that are like show model items, or the scratch and dent section, where some things are scuffed, dinged a little bit, so we can give you a little bit of a price reduction on what the actual, totally, uh, perfect, item you're trying to get is. You can get a discount because this one's scuffed up a little bit. Um, and you get a discount on that. It can be a small little scratch here and there, whatever, but it'll takes the value down on this particular item down a bit. So we sell it for you cheaper, and you get something that basically is just as good, but there may be like a little blemish to it that probably not noticeable, but it works for you. Well, the same is obviously in physical media. Um, and I don't know. That's basically the whole point of like a lot of third party sellers. You go on eBay, you're buying stuff used and slightly used. Even on Amazon, they'll have used, slightly used, whatever. But in particular, I want to talk about Grindhouse Video. As I've mentioned before, they've come through for me a lot on a couple items that I thought I missed out on, and they happen to have. Mainly the Dawn of the Dead set. Well, actually, no, not Dawn of the Dead. Sorry, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre from Second Sight. That was the big one that I was surprised to they still had available, that I was able to grab. Um, and from what I understand, they were a brick and mortar store in Kentucky, but until recently, they pretty much gone strictly to online. But it's a fantastic site. If you've never checked it out, I highly recommend it. They've always got a lot of great deals going on. Currently, I think there is, throughout this entire month, they've been of April, every day or every couple of days, a different particular boutique label or whatever is on sale. And they've got a lot of 2-for-1s, and they sell a wide variety of titles. And but they're a great resource, if you will. Now I bring them up because just recently I had me on there and check and saw that they had a new scratch and dent section of titles. And this, I went and checked it out, and this was pretty cool. I mean, there's a lot of stuff on there that's some stuff that's out of print, some stuff that's still available, but slightly in depth, so you could pick it up for slightly a fraction of the normal price, or at least a couple bucks off, whatever the case may be. And they have different variations of levels of scratch and dent. Let me explain my quick story. Quick, I don't know, of how I managed to. I purchased 2 items from them, actually, from my scratch and dent. And I want to talk about it right now. First of all, the first one was The Last Emperor, 4K limited edition from Arrow. Now, as I mentioned before, I have collector of the Academy Awards for Best Picture. I have every one of them on Blu-ray, DVD, 4K, whatever the case may be, and I'm always trying to upgrade. And I did have the Last Emperor on a really nice Criterion, super DVD label, which actually I think they Criterion kind of upgraded it to a Blu-ray, that exact same set, and I was tempted to get it, but Arrow had released this limited edition in 4K, and I was like tempted. However, at the time this was released, it was from Arrow UK, and this is strictly, it's a 4K disc, not the Blu. There was a Blu-ray edition also, but that would have been region locked, where this is region free. However, at the time, once again, as I said before, I did not have a 4K player, so there's no way I could do anything with this. And at the time, I didn't have a region free Blu-ray player either, so I couldn't pick up the region B set. So it just fell by the wayside. And of course, fast forward to a year or two later, with how long it's been, I got the player, and of course, I'm in the process of upgrading these this Best Picture collection. Like I said, a lot of them, majority of them are DVDs, so I'm trying to upgrade them to either Blu-ray or, if at all possible, straight up to 4K. And Last Emperor is one of those movies. However, at this point, that limited edition is completely sold out. I can't find it anywhere. I can still find the standard edition of it But it's like my thing with my best pictures, I really want to try and get all the years I've collected them, upgraded them. I've always tried to find, if possible, the best edition or format of that one, because these are Academy Awards, these are best picture. I want to have the best quality form, presentation if possible. But I couldn't find this Last Emperor, so I was like, this is, I tried it everywhere. Amazon there's no third party Amazon's going to sell it for cheap. These are going for up in the hundreds, which is just crazy. In eBay, it was just, forget about it. I couldn't find a good price, and I just like, well, I don't know, maybe I'll just suck it up and buy that, the upgraded Blu-ray Criterion Collection and edition. So fast forward to me going through Grindhouse Video's website and seeing their new Scratch and Dent section. I take a gander through it, and lo and behold, I found the 4K limited edition of The Last Emperor under Scratch and Dent under, was it lightly damaged, for like $70, which was ridiculously cheap what I was going for on eBay. So I jumped at it right away, and wondering what is slightly damaged mean. What's it? What am I in for? And it shipped within 2-3 days. Grindhouse Video is great about their shipping. They're quick, and being in Kentucky and I'm in Indiana, it's a very short trip. So it arrived and it was still wrapped, shrink wrapped. So it was just not a used. It was still brand new wrapping. Everything's in here. And I'm looking at this. I'm like, what is wrong with this? I can't find anything wrong with it. Then after a closer examination, I kind of see, and it's just a small little. This is the only infection I found. Was this little scuff mark right here on the corner. That's it. That was their Scratch and Dent. And this wanted enough to be released for that purpose. And and that's something I would have even noticed, honestly. Even if I got this brand new from Arrow and saw that, it wouldn't have really fazed me too much. I know for most colors it probably would, and it probably should bother me more, but it doesn't. It doesn't take away from what's inside here, and it's not like it's really ripped the box. It's a very small scuff, and over time that's going to happen anyways if you're not careful. Things get beat up. But and again, for the fact that I've been trying to get a hold of this and I couldn't for the longest time, and for Grindhouse to have this and mark it as Scratch and Dent, for that I'll take it. And again, everything's brand new. Everything was in here, still sealed. I got the the booklet, the poster, the everything, all the usual. This is backwards. all stuff's in here. So it's just basically like buying the set straight from Arrow or wherever. But you just got, again, this is little bitty, to me, little scuff. And that was it. And I am thrilled. I am so happy. I was so happy, over the moon to get this. Because again, it's the one I was like kind of, I guess the expression is FOMO. Had it, which I've had a lot, especially recently, having finally got it. Since I've gotten a 4K player, I've had a lot. I did experience a lot of that, because a lot of times I had to pass on because at the time I didn't have the player, so I've had to go back and pick up some of these more high-end titles, and luckily I haven't had too much difficulty in getting them. And like I said, this is great. The other thing I picked up from them, not a 4K, and it's not anything that's out of print either. I was just going through every, because I think things change on that site on a regular basis on Scratch Dent, so you never know what's in there. And there's a lot of good stuff I recommend checking out. And I went through and I happened to find from Arrow again. This time it was from Arrow UK. It was the Phantasm box set. Now, this is something. Actually, this is regular Blu-ray. It's not 4K or anything like that. And I know this box set was. This is nothing I really thought about getting, honestly. I've seen the Phantasm movies. I enjoy them. I think the first one's the best of them all. But I was never like, okay, I gotta get Phantasm. But it was on sale in a Scratch and Dent, $50. So I said, what the heck? That's not bad. I'll grab it. Now at the time, I was assuming it was out of print. And then I found out it is not. It's actually still available from Arrow UK. And I think for I forget what the pounds, but I think converted is like $30. So it's probably a little cheaper. You're saying, well, you got screwed in that deal. And, you know, I will argue that point. It's not quite true because if I had bought it from Aero UK, then, you know, I'm going to have to pay for the shipping overseas and the time it's going to take here. So that's going to probably at the end cost about 50, if not more. So this way I spent the 50 from Grindhouse. It shipped within an hour of me placing the order, and it was over back to me like in the next or in 2 days. And again, I would not have gotten that kind of fast shipping from Aero UK. Like I said, again, I was blown away. Within an hour of me placing the order, I got the email. Your shipment is, your order has been shipped. Here's your tracking number. Have a nice day. And that blew me away. That's like the fastest. And then Grindhouse videos always ship things fast, but that was the fastest they ever shipped. And again, this was under the scratch and dent, and it was light damaged, and I got it shrink wrap brand new. And again, I'm like, what's wrong? This is a beautiful box, but again, closer look, and it's really this is little, again, the box is a little dinged up dent, but it's not that big a deal. Again, a lot of people buy this brand new. Some collectors are very particular about these kind of things, and I don't know. I would probably be a little upset, but not too miffed, because again, everything in here is still good. Overall box is still beautiful. It's nothing. It's a little cosmetic damage, but it's not a big deal. I'm totally thrilled to have this. And again, I know with the conversion, it was probably maybe a little bit more than if I'd have bought it directly from Aero UK, at least at a retail price. But again, you throw in the shipping and handling for customs and all that, and how long it would take to get it from Aero UK, it's probably going to add to about the $50 I spent getting this directly from Grindhouse Video. So I'm not upset about that at all. I'm very thrilled. But so after all that being said, my point is, Grindhouse Video, the scratch and dent section, check it out. You don't know what you might find in there. There's a lot of stuff in there that I was, surprised. There's some stuff's out of print. Stuff that's marked down fairly. I mean, I don't know the damage, how damaged on some of these items are not, or how bad they are. But I did see, like I said, I saw a lot that was totally out of print that you could find there. So, you never know, what you're looking for, or maybe just finding something, maybe it's a little cheaper than retail somewhere else because it was dinged up a little bit. But I'll tell you, lightly damaged ain't too damaged at all. So I recommend checking it out. So that's it for this quick, discussion of Grindhouse Video Scratch and Dent. If you enjoyed this, click thumbs up, share, subscribe, leave me a comment below, or just say hi. I'll always take hi. So until next time, this is Chuck saying I will see you on the other side.